So, this is our spoiler-filled review of The Copper Gauntlet. Woo! We received advanced copies at Via, and it has taken us far too long to actually go through this.
So the Copper Gauntlet takes up soon after where the Iron Trial left off. Cal is at home for the summer with his dad and his Wolf Havoc, and his dad's been a little bit distant, but Cal really doesn't think anything of it because...
His father's always been a little distant.
Weird.
It's okay.
So his dad's like, hey, why don't we go to the movies? And Cal's like, sure, let's go to the movies. And when he gets home, he can't find Havoc.
And he goes like searching around the neighborhood for him. Can't find him anywhere until finally he wakes up in the middle of the night and like just kind of knows that his wolf is in the basement. And he opens the door and his wolf's chained up in the basement and there are Call-sized chains there waiting for him.
And so, like any normal human being, he freaks out, releases his wolf, confronts his father.
Doesn't go very well.
Rage attacks his father.
And then runs away. And he runs straight for Tamara.
And there he finds his friends at a garden party, and...
It's kind of like, oh, well, I wasn't invited.
Why you don't like me anymore?
But it turns out, you know, Tamara's like super rich.
Super rich.
And Aaron, being an orphan that he is, you know, being like fostered by his family sort of thing.
Because since he's the maker, you know, like, we want the maker in our household.
Political power.
Yeah.
That kind of deal. They kind of, you know, rekindle their friendship and then they go back to school when they realize that drawings that Call had seen in his father's laboratory was actually drawings of the Copper Gauntlet, which they learn can pretty much destroy Aaron because he's a chaos mage.
Yeah, like rips the chaos magic out.
And just does bad
Not
things.
pretty.
So anyways, then they realize that Alistair, like somebody has stolen it, and they put together that it must have been Alistair because Call thinks it would have been because he would have wanted to prove that, you know, he is actually the enemy of death, and he tells them it's, because, you know, he wants to go after Aaron, or that's what he lets them assume. Anyways.
And so they go off on this wacky adventure to hunt down Alistair with the one guy from school that they don't really like. His name is Jasper. He's a bit of a dick, but off we go! Adventure!
They end up in Alistair's kind of hangout where he keeps all his abandoned cars that he's working on kind of fixing up or using for parts.
They run into this really creepy, like, metal elemental that supposedly the Magesterium sent after them because it was underneath the Magesterium and bound for hundreds of years.
And they're pretty much the only people who could send it out, right? And so they end up actually defeating this giant metal elemental, but they're now clearly on the run from the Magesterium. They're on their adventure, they end up driving
They're driving to Maine because I'm like reading the book and it's like, oh, you know, it looks like he's in Maine. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Everything bad happens in Maine.
They're driving and they end up getting kind of caught by the Magesterium, which like picks up their car and starts flying away with them. And I'm like, it's the Ford Angelina from Harry Potter. They escape from them.
Only to, like, tumble into the hands
of the Chaos Zombies. The Chaos Zombies are like, Master! We've been waiting for you. And the other kids are like, you can understand them call? And
Call's just like, surprise.
I'm the enemy of death.
Yeah. Do you guys hate me?
I'm like, no, we don't hate you. You're still Call.
And so they go and they confront Master Joseph. They run into Alistair. Wacky things happen.
Turns out that Alistair didn't want the gauntlet for Call. He wanted it to destroy the enemy of death's body because Master Joseph wanted to put Call's soul back into the enemy of death and revive him. And yeah.
And so this entire thing gets destroyed. Master Joseph makes it off the gauntlet. Everybody goes home. And in the best scene in the entire book, they're in the little, like, they're getting interrogated. And Cal's like, no, my dad didn't do that to trade with the bad guys. He killed the enemy of death. And he reaches into his backpack and slams the severed head onto the table in front of everyone, just like, bam!
Proof! And everybody's like,
You can't argue with the severed
The
head.
enemy of death is dead!
Party time! But totally there are still a bunch of people out there who serve him and aren't going to give up, since he's dead because, woo, we got to take them out, but that's your job. Have fun, yay!
So Master Joseph is still running around. He's probably a little pissed now that the body of his beloved master...
What I'm interested to find out about is they said that Cal's dad said to Master Joseph, I know what you did to them. I saw, you destroyed them kind of deal. You, changed them somehow. So I'm really, I want to see what Master Joseph did, how did he corrupt these people? What did he promise? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some things I'm kind of confused about, why Alistair felt the need to lock the wolf in the basement.
Yeah.
That was never really explained. They're because they meet the woman who actually did it, because Alistair took him to the movies and this woman came and locked Havoc in the basement. But why was that necessary? And why were there, boy-sized manacles? That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe the manacles were in case, Cal started showing,
But why take the wolf?
I don't know, maybe trying to separate Cal from the chaos magic. I don't know. That's the weakest part of the book. And it really just serves as, the jumping off point for the rest of the story.
I hope it's not, just weak. It's oh, we're going to come back to that later.
Things that I thought were hilarious. Cal constantly tallying what makes you an evil overlord in his head.
Yeah, that was...
Evil overlords wouldn't make their friends cheese plates. I'm just no they wouldn't.
And he's oh, if so-and-so had an evil overlord list, they'd probably have a lot of points on it.
Oh, but he has, he has just these, undercurrents of just violence. It's oh, we can kill him. We'll kill him. And I'm just
whoa!
Are we joking to scare him off, or are you actually thinking about killing Jasper? Or when Tamara runs off to tell Master Rufus about Cal's father, he his first instinct is get her! Maim her a little bit,
Yeah, he's telling the wolf to bring her back at any cost kind of deal, and you're whoa.
So it's there, but it's it's almost it's childhood evil. All kids are a little bit evil in a way.
Everybody probably has these instincts inside them, oh my god, I need to stop this at any cost.
The kid who pulls the butterflies off of the butterfly wing.
Yeah, but it's the fact that we stop ourselves that makes us
and the
good.
fact that he's really aware and goes out of the way to stop himself, when he sees that he's oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
It also has its really kind of creepy moments too, that moment where they walk up to the enemy of death's lair and they see the head of Verity Taurus on the door, and Master Joseph has just put her there as a puppet, and it's just really creepy because now she's just kind of forced to ask riddles, and it was gruesome. Wow,
yeah.
that is evil. That is evil.
Aaron and Cal's relationship is going to be very interesting as it evolves, because yes, they're best friends, but also you can kind of see that kind of start of a when Cal becomes a chaos mage, and Aaron's just kind of
But that was my
but that
thing.
was my thing. I was the special one.
That's why I can see him going to
I'm Captain America kind of deal.
Yeah, and he's just gonna go out of his way to eventually turn Call into the enemy that he needs to fight, but it's gonna turn him into the evil one instead. That is my prediction. Because he needs it. He's got nothing, I guess, and being the hero is all he's got.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about the relationship between Call and Tamara?
I mean, it could go either way. It could go that they just stay friends, or it could go that they become romantically involved, because there were certain instances of both.
Yeah. But I mean, she seems to care for him over Call. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you meant Call and Tamara. No, I think that if Tamara is gonna end up with anyone, first off, it will be Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Aaron Call.
I don't know. I wish with like friend groups like this, you know, you date outside your friend group and not like, it doesn't always have to be romance, man. It doesn't always have to be romance.
Well, there is Celia.
Oh, that's totally not gonna go anywhere. Because it's too cute. She's too cute.
Yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere. But, you know, Call could get with Celia, and then Jasper and Tamara could get together, and then Aaron could just be special snowflake on his own. It's not gonna happen.
I liked it. It was a good book. It was solid.
I really enjoyed it.
I burned through it. It was good.
And I feel like it really, like, matches the first one.
Yeah.
Like, you can just, they fit well together. So I think this is a good start.
Yeah.
We only have
5
5
more years.
God.
So, what are your thoughts on the Copper Gauntlet? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell us down below in the comments.
And if you liked our video, subscribe. Guys.